Target has integrated curbside and in-store order pickup services with Apple CarPlay. According to Chain Storage, Target is the first retailer to enable customers to navigate to a store for a curbside or in-store pickup using Apple CarPlay. Customers can make a drive-up or pickup order in the Target app on their phone before starting their drive. Then, once you're in the car and connected to CarPlay, the Target app will automatically display the Target store where the purchase was made directly in the car display. From there, customers can view order details, get directions, and notify the store when they are on their way to pick up a purchase and when they arrive in their designated parking space for drive-up orders. Target also says that it plans to make a version of this service available for Android Auto very soon. We also have a video on our OmniTalk YouTube page and on LinkedIn if you want to check out exactly how this works. But David, we're going to go to you first here. Hotly debated topic right now. Is integrating curbside with Apple CarPlay a wise use of Target's technology budget?
So we're big fan of Target in the Schneiman household, particularly around curbside pickup. My son's has a weird obsession with their private label fruit, dried fruit. So we go there a lot. I don't see this as a game changer. While this is fantastic, and I think it continues to further adopt technology, it really doesn't have that big of an impact when you think of the consumer convenience. Ultimately, it has, I'm here and navigate. Well, guess what? I also have Google Maps, which I already know where I'm going, or you already know the target that you're probably predominantly going to anyway. So the difference is now you have a little bit more convenience factor of using CarPlay to press I'm here versus you're actually already there. You just use your phone and just say I'm here in the space. So while I think this is further adopting technology, I don't see this as a good use to actually drive any sort of incremental purchases. I don't see this as driving any more incremental visits. To me, this is great. I'm going to continue moving on with my day. So ultimately, I think there are probably better uses of their time and their money to find something that will have more impact to their top line. But I think they already do a great job with customer service, and this will help. But I don't think this will have marginal impact to really anything.
So not needle moving in your opinion, and maybe not the core focus of the budget. Brooks, where do you come in on this?
Dave, I think I'm supposed to be the yin to your yang, right?
If you want to be, if you can take the path of least resistance.
Well, look, I think I'm going to have to agree with you on this one. I don't think the added functionality here is going to be revolutionary. So long as I can still get my Starbucks pickup order alongside the rest of my Target curbside order, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
But look, I'm actually a lucky American who lives within 15 minutes of 3 different Targets.
Whoa.
So the navigational help actually does help me here. So I'm in on this. I'm going to be thumbs up on this topic.
Okay. All right. Chris, I need to hear where you are, because you and I, when this came out, we had a lot of differing of opinion on the value here. Give us your overview of this.
And I'm not sure where we settled on that either, Ann, that argument too. And I like Brooks's point. Like if he's got that many targets, he needs to make sure he's going to the one with the right pickup order. So that's interesting. But I think David said it best. It's incremental revenue. To me, it all comes down to that. I think this idea, this innovation, it's fun, it's snazzy, it's cool to talk about at cocktail parties. But I think, unfortunately, it's another example of what has typically been illustrated in the headlines, that there may be some digitally naive leadership here that likes to implement things that they understand versus invest in the things that maybe they don't because they're not as technically savvy. But for my money, there's better technology spend out there. Like I think of computer vision implementations, like we talked about the Unilever freezer announcement last week or the week before. Generative AI and search, I would prioritize all of that over this. Now, it's not saying you can't do all these things at the same time, but I don't think this would even make my roadmap. And the other thing about it, honestly, CarPlay is a technology that is probably going to be disrupted in and of itself here in the future. Like for all the why can't I just screen mirror my iPhone, in the same way? Like there's a lot of things that's going to happen in that space too. So for all those reasons, I don't like it. I think the headline's silly. I don't think it's going to drive an incremental purchase at all.
I think you guys are all wrong. I'm going to take
Really?
the opposite perspective. I actually don't even think that is this the right place for Target's technology spend is the wrong question to be asking. I think if you're strictly looking at this as and maybe that's Target's fault for like pitching this as this next innovation. I think if you're strictly looking at this as enhancing the customer UX for Target, this is a great move. I mean, this is giving me another option as a very busy mom. Like I do Target curbside pickup at least once a week, and not having to pull my phone out from the time I leave my house and being able to navigate and do all this. Even if I'm on a phone call, I can still fulfill my order. Like I think it's looking at this as you're just making a UX improvement to the existing order pickup functionality. I think it's hard to say that, I would not prioritize this over any of the things that you said, Chris. I think it's 100% right. Like if you have a clean slate and you're putting one bucket of money towards each of these technology investments, yes, this would not be topping the list. But I think if you're looking at improving the experience for your existing customers to keep your existing customer base, I do think that this is a positive enhancement.
So Anne, one thing with that, I do agree you're improving the UX and
Yeah.
just making it more convenient. I just don't see this as mitigating the loss of customers. I just, ultimately I'll just take my phone out. It'll take 3 seconds to say what parking spot I'm in. Does it enhance? Yeah, but it's not something that I've been wildly excited about or waiting for.
Yeah. I guess the last question I'd close with you guys is something that I posed online when I posted this video is like, is there anything valuable that Target can learn from this experience? Like, is there more data that they can gather from this number of consumers has CarPlay? This is how many people are interacting. Like Brooks said, like, what do we need to add to this? Do I need to add Starbucks order pickup, which I think is a great idea, like that being added to this overall experience? Like, what can they learn from that? And is there value in that learning? So I don't know if anyone has an opinion on closing on that. Chris?
Yeah, I thought about that too. I mean, I thought about, okay, maybe, there's also talk about advertising through CarPlay. Maybe that's an extension of the retail media network here long term, but I really doubt that's what they're thinking about here because there's a lot of things and steps that have to happen there. But I don't know, and I think you kind of talked out of both sides of your mouth, quite honestly. You said you like the idea, but then you wouldn't prioritize it either. So like, I don't know.
If I had a clean slate.
Budgets are finite. You have to decide where the money goes each and every year. So if you're not going to prioritize it, I don't know.
To clarify, though, I think this is not. I don't know. I guess that this is coming out of the same technology innovation budget. Like this to me feels like a UX app enhancement, not something that is being considered as part of the like overall Target budget. And this has been worked on for a long time. Like this is not something that they're just getting into right now. It's probably been 2 years in the making. And is Apple contributing to this? And how much did Apple put towards this first partnership? So I think there's more to it. And I guess that's the point that I was trying to make.
Yeah, right. Although, when they roll it out to all the stores, that touches a lot of people and a lot of employees. So this is a big endeavor if they're going to do it, in terms of getting the store teams acclimated to how it works.